them a tea. And them a sell out the beach. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy Kenyan, we can't buy time. You can't for me again. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't for me again. Promise to pick up all the charities and all of the giver. Some are going like say they're powerful, they know make a bigger. The other the promises done and them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rough and they don't in a whatever. Them a bull money and they lie them them. Corruption smell and they pocket them smell. When police don't have a like Satan out of hell go mash up people start and people them spell it on me. What they treat the market man, what them a treat the cat man, what they treat the peanut man, what them a treat the dirt man, what them a treat the sun man, what them a treat policeman, how them a treat soldier man.
Stibbidim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for we in Global TV. Check it.
I am a boy. I am big. See my name here. My name is Roy. Seriously? Nesta Morgan? I mean, your family, your parents for sue you for them wasted money. And we for sue the teacher them will mark your book. I am a boy. I am big. See my name here. My name is Roy. Why? I don't want me to call myself dunce. You don't want me to call myself dunce. You see on the wicked? Who marked Nesta book? Clap for yourself, Nesta Morgan. Clap for yourself. You have broken in and broken out of the circus. Clap for yourself. Well done, Nesta Morgan. Well done, Jesus. Have mercy upon those who stood at a podium behind a mic. God help those who stood on podium behind a mic. See my name here. My name is Roy. Call Roy and tell him say we want to talk to him then. Call Roy and tell Roy we want to have a chat with him. Good evening to my community of party and all my family members. Good evening to all my moderators and platform membership holders, viewers and subscribers, commenters. Good evening and welcome. Thank you very much for joining us, Debbie Jervis. Good evening, Shauna Smith, Patricia Matthews. Good evening, Beat and Teach, Wagwan, Pamela McNeil, Gloria Morris, Prof. Gorgeous Lady. Good evening, Janet Riley, Russell Riley, Yvonne Johnson, Millicent Jones, Claudette Silvera, Cynthia B, Yvonne Johnson, who else is here? Millicent Jones, Jamaican Foodie, the Easy Jerk World, Manners and Respect, bro. Violet Watson, Annie Jones, Larissa Beckford, Marcia Esty, Lilith Lockerbie, Carlene Jones, Maxine Cummins, Keith Solomon, Real Sweet. Good evening, Miguel King. Good evening, all. Good evening, Sue McDuffie. Good evening, Lorraine Barrett, JP. Good evening, all, and welcome. There's two people who answer questions that they don't understand. I repeat, there are two categories of people who answer a question they do not understand. Christine Gilbert. Is a fool or a liar. Only two groups of people answer to a question, provide an answer to a question they claim to have not understood. Is a fool and a liar. KK, good evening and welcome. I mean, Nesta type of dunceness hit record now. Nesta misunderstanding of his role hit a new record. Angela 48349. Monica Hawthorne. I do not understand your question, but you answer the question. But Nigel Clark, Julian Robinson asks Nigel Clark one atrocious question because I don't know Nigel come up with one new excuse. Well, I hope some of bright people understand when they talk about finances. Bros, how are you? I don't explain it for me, but Julian's question is in relation to the shortfall when Nigel talk about for this financial year. So Julian is asking him the necessary questions with regards to Nigel new excuse or Nigel new narrative to do with the country's spending. Boy, may I tell you, no need to go find L.A. Lewis. No need to come back on our feet, fast labor. Down at Westmoreland, wanna go like Kango, mash on up. We don't need to find LA. We don't need to go to cemetery.
People's National Party is calling on the Minister of Finance to fully disclose the implications of the revenue shortfalls on the budget for the current fiscal year. The Minister needs to tell the country which programs will be negatively impacted by this revenue shortfall and whether the $25 billion of givebacks which were announced in March are sustainable. Further, the Minister must explain whether the achievement of key fiscal targets in the current fiscal year will be compromised. Our call comes against the background of the fact that the Minister has not provided any information on the $25 billion which will come from the securitization of receivables, which was announced during the budget debate. To date, no information is known as to which receivables are being securitized, the rate at which these receivables have been discounted, and who we have entered into this agreement with. The opposition is concerned that the shortfall will have a negative impact on many programs that the government intends to execute during this fiscal year. And it is important for the government to shift to growth-inducing strategies so that we can improve the growth rate in our economy and generate revenues to sustain the programs that we need.
Okay. Remember, see her just before election, Babs go walk the Obia door. Allow me to tell, you never see her. It was just before election. Babsy go work, the Obia. Allow me to tell Pan Babsy? All right. Allow me to tell say Babsy they a dance round grotto and green and white order. It never worked for you in a church. Find a cemetery. Find a cemetery. It worked for LA in there, so. And we have Paula step aside, round their itch and a scratch. But since then, go up the Obia there. Tell me what have you understand in the Labour Party camp since the 22nd, since the 26th rather, of February, when we had that conundrum of an election result. Tell me what happened after in the Labour Party that you understood, that you've wrapped your head around it. Look at our budget. Nigel Clark coming at Parliament in bed with 5 minutes for doing wrangle tangle, and he come and he present that shiny object of a budget to us with all kind of international observers and all sort of malarkey come to see the Minister of Finance at work. But the whole thing has rather gone messy and confused and unable for us, the public, to understand what is going on across the entire governance structure. Arlene Foster. A whole bunch of confusion, Pamela McNeil, across our entire governance structure, Patricia Williams. It's like governance in our country is stalled. It's not going forward. There's nobody running the country. It's just all up in the air. The country, damn it, good evening, feels like there's a power vacuum in the country because there's no leadership coming from the Jamaica Labour Party at the moment. All we're having from the Jamaica Labour Party is a wallop of confusion, particularly from the 26th of February onwards. Confusion after confusion, Blue Wave. To no ends, to the public don't know what is going on with our budget and spending, because listening to the questions that Julian Robinson is asking, they up there in Parliament, they're on daily, don't know what are the intricacies of Nigel backpedaling and holes all across, holes and flaws all across Nigel illegal budget presentation. Or confused, messed up budget presentation. Thing to us with regards to our budget. Nor Nigel is nowhere to answer to the questions as to how Nigel could use so much of taxpayers' money to pay for empty buildings run by owned by his political cronies. Nowhere to answer none of our questions. And all them do because them have their old Uncle Sam, the gleaner, as their mouthpiece. They can just run a narrative in the gleaner whenever them ready because we're fool. And for Uncle Sam's sister, we are going to believe it. For Uncle Sam's sister is gospel, and we're going to believe it. Noreen Robinson. Does Jamaican realize that our country don't have a governance structure at the moment? Raymond, do you all realize that our country is just buck shuffling as it go along? There's nobody in governance to provide us nobody in governance to answer our questions. Nobody in governance to tell us how the business of the day-to-day business of our country is being run. Missy, what you call him there? What you call a thief in criminal one? The frog face looking man. Tourist. The minister tourist, whatever her name, Lauren Taylor. Me see him come out a press conference, because sometimes some of them sin thing, yeah. What them do for press conference, you know, it's just because I'm going to use Abraham Ture's phrase. Wanna stop push the salon slave economy in a Jamaica and a go on like a real economic development. It's a salon slave, as Abraham would call it. We would call it the house slave. Frog face Ed Bartlett. Thank you, Noel. We're not going like this salon slave, this house slave, Galangin, Marcia Thomas. Wanna introduce, I wanna enforce power, and I talk about economy I do good. What are the working rights of these people in the salon slave industry? Wayne Evans, how you do? What are the working rights of the people in the salon slave industry? Do they get sick pay? Do they get pension? Do they get holiday pay? What are the other benefits are they entitled to? If we don't, because at that, we not pass off head teacher K. At that, we not pass off as a good economy. The salon slave galangin way, we not only educate we, we go spread bed for white people, we go dance out poolside and serve white people liquor, to be the best mixologist and bartender, and them shag ready. We not enforce power with Pamela Akola. And them shag ready on enforce power and a talk like about good economy and economy a grow. And I talk about the almost 1 million Jamaican will give up on the employment sector and is outside of the employment sector. We're not talk about it has never been that low. Given that we don't take about almost 1 million people who are out of work into account. We don't generally just look at the few school leavers we look for the salon slaves job them. And at them come a narrative way about employment rate down and all of the malarkeys and galangin. Pauline Jones, Vernon Adams. So just like how they get up on a lie over the employment figures, are the same way them get up and lie over the crime figures. But me tell you tell you something, Mr. Police Commissioner, sir, and your friend them. When you stop walk and fool with the two rusty piece of gun, we not find. When you two can find all rusty gun and don't find nobody for arrest for them, when you leave we alone. I'm only going to read the third of these 4 paragraphs. It has not been ascertained if any arrests have been made. When you have a habit of finding all of these old rusty gun, but you can never tell we who arrested for these rusty gun. I want to go on. When you want to fool with someone and fight crime? If a fool with some murder done? No, we're not frightened. We are not frightened. What we want to see, new commissioner, is the crime plan. What we are waiting for. Long time. And can't see it. So don't come fool with a few rotten gun. One you can't find nobody for arrest. But you always find rotten gun. And because you not find two rusty gun, don't mean say the crime rate are go. That's not our perception nor the figures what we are see. Every minute, somebody gets shot down there. So every minute you hear say somebody die by the gun. And it look like accident and gun a run competition over which one of them can kill more away now. You don't see how it going. It look like reckless drivers and gunslingers are in competition over who can kill more away. I saw me see it going down there. But I want to highlight some Jamaicans make me bear bad news. Make me bear bad news. Don't shot the messenger. No, let me do something decent first before me take a swing at Chin. Before me take a swing at Chin. Now, this mother is seeking help to fund her baby's medical bills. Rivera Shirley is just 4 months old, but has already undergone 8 surgeries to give him a chance at a normal life. He was born with spina bifida, a condition that affects the spine and often results in damaged spinal cord and nerves. If you are interested in helping this mother with her medical expense in aiding her baby's fight, the screenshot, the number on the screen, the mother's name is Vanessa Dixon. Screenshot the detail on the screen if you wish to help. This is a baby battling for survival. So if you are able to assist, then please screenshot the information on the screen in order to do so. What may be bad news, don't shoot the messenger. Yeah? Do not shoot the messenger. The message might irritate you. Maybe it's good. No shoot after me. Go and shoot after Lee Chin. Lee Chin se fi tell us say. Lee Chin se fi tell us say. When you come invest in a welcome Jamaicans from all walks of life, all on a cash cow in the diaspora, Florence Hamilton. And I welcome all on to seize a new opportunity in investing alongside the National Commercial Bank Financial Group. When you not draw no gun for shot, make sure I come out of the way. I'm going to tell you what Leachin say. But ask Leachin this. When you not say Leachin. If it's the same Leachin bank where poor people money just get up, grow foot overnight and walk out a Leachin bank, nobody not investigate it. Nobody no reimburse it. Nobody no answer to no question about it. Paulette Jones. And it just go like a Sammy cup. So Leachin said to tell you, say, not because you never see the diaspora brouhaha, care him when they carry them private investor friend them come. If you come get a cut out on. Leachin say, me, we go for me own. So Leachin come and Leachin say, Laxley Gregory, come and invest. Come, Laxley Gregory, and invest with the National Commercial Bank Financial Group. The bank where people money just grow foot, get up and walk out. Leachin say, remember Leachin I walk and sell off all sort of galang in where the end. So Leachin run out of money, curiosity kid. And Leachin said, make me grown corner. Go tell them how wonderful it is to invest with NCB Financial Group. When I shut out a Leachin, careful it not catch me. I have a right to bear bad news. May have a right to bear bad news. But if you don't want to stop a road and believe bad news, buy bad news and carry home bad news, then you only have yourself to blame. All you have to do is ask Jamaicans if their money is safe in Leachin's financial establishment. Leachin, I look poor people money for thief. McCabe McLean, how are you? Leachin, I look somebody money for thief. So Leachin say, when you come for the grand and glorious tally fair, just come throw down on your money at him feet so and build up back so you can go buy back in yacht and you can go buy back in mansion in Cayman Island and all of the malarkey and shares when sell off. You can thief on the money, poor people. More than when thief already, you know. A whole pound Leachin raised on the blood pressure. So if you don't want to picking his school fee, go get Leachin. Give him that. When the money grow foot, what did that Leachin bank? Go on. Look pan SSL. Look pan Sagicor. Remember for Leachin till them, you know. walk out a leeching bank with millions on the money, open vault, and walk out with tantamount on the money in a leeching bank. On the money gone. Car on the money gone. And I might as well wait till the say breeze a blow and throw it up in the air. Or bury it and hope that it might grow just like the leeching money. But car on the money gone. Go fatten up leeching empire. Somehow, we don't love to hear when the rich and educated people them telling a backside hole. And when it come from rich or educated people, it goes up. Car when the money go on. And then you will see how far from blood pressure tablet you'll be sitting. So God, David, how are you? Claudette Robinson. Leeching said, when you come invest with him, boy, may I tell you no, when a government I deal with where we a government friend them, I deal with where we, but wherever you turn, them I deal with where we. Care when the money come, grow foot over here, so over here, some money grow foot, said Leaching. So, Anthony Hilton and Michael Hilton, rather, is indicating hold on. We should really go to the article. A prominent Jamaican attorney, King Counsel Michael Hilton, in noting Monday indication by the Constitutional Reform Committee that it has completed the first phase of its work to move to Jamaica's republic, has mounted 6-point wish list with a heavy focus on fettering the power of the Prime Minister. Sorry, I don't really have time to read the article that tonight. I'll be right. Paula Smith. But good God Almighty, people. Every night I the same war over the little likes. When I raise my blood pressure over little likes. Oh no, now raise my blood pressure over little likes. So I can't go on. Keep on the finger on the side. I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut. Me notice like when people coming on a purse and harass on and telling us say, give one a picking the school and shoes money, cause God will bless you. And them something down like. And them something down like. But me not have the time for the highway robbery. You see. Matthew Samoda and him water problem. Because Ian Hales is saying that shifting plans for the proposal water improvement project in Western Jamaica have raised doubt about the overall project. So he would be of the view that the plans for Western Jamaica water project is shifting, and he has no faith in the overall project. Because if you don't notice, the government, just like how them use Zozo and state of emergency for fight crime, Vivian Hamilton, how are you? Just like how you see them use state of emergency to fight crime, they are using tank. They are use water truck and water tank. 1970, 1980 method of dealing with the situation then. We're still using it now, even in a more lackadaisical fashion. So this is the government way of dealing with the water irrigation and distribution crisis, is to create water shops across the country and deliver big black tank where big like Prime Minister Bramwell knows across the country, and again with stagnant bacteria stored and treated water. This Labour government, I wonder if the people have a plan to go further with this Labour government who tread upon every one of your rights. Look what they do to your human rights at the moment. Water is human right. That's why they walk and tell you, say, water is life. So if water is life, Brennan Mitchell, it is a human right. And government say, the big hotel them was for make case and bill, for then drawing more tourist revenue for fatten them and them private sector friend pocket deserve the water more than UNO, the people in the community who've been going under 500 years of oppression and 60 years of government promising you to deal with the problem to no avail. You know, so them take with a fool. Them take with a good fool. Minister Nigel Clark is now carefully watching tax intake for the current fiscal year that began a month ago on April 1st. As new data published Tuesday show that the revenue score declined more than expected. Okay, head teacher, no member say, no teacher, no bright people. Member say me dunce like Nesta. Member say, Nesta did sit down 2 bench before me, and if Nesta come out so dunce, then me have a dunce, Sarah. Help me here. If more people are in employment, if the economy is doing so well, should we have a tax shortfall? Oh, no, help me. I'm very dunce right here, so yes or no. If more people are working, which more people would be paying tax? If the economy is doing so well, then the economy should be generating more tax. Help me to ask Nigel Clark where this shortfall is coming from and what is the, what you call it, consequence of this shortfall. Somebody help me. No, see me, I struggle with dunceness tonight. I am a boy. I am big. See my name here. My name is Roy. Only 2 categories of people answer to questions they do not understand. It's either the fool or the liar.
Minister, how is the government planning on responding to the recent Dan Anderson poll, which showed that most Jamaicans would vote them out of government, out of office rather, if an election were to be called now? And
I'll answer the first ones. The first thing I wish to say and the last thing I wish to say is that wasn't discussed at cabinet, so I have no comment on that. Could you go on to your next question, please?
Or do you accept any responsibility as Information Minister in what some described as the failure of the government to adequately communicate its achievements?
I don't understand your question.
Well,
The Information Minister's duty is to transfer information from Cabinet to the country, which I do here every Wednesday and which you're a part. Additionally, to manage agencies such as Jamaica Information Service from an oversight policy perspective, TVCJ, Jamaica Information Service, and so on.
Yes, but the question was, do you, Minister of Fumble, take any responsibility as the Minister of Information in the government's failure to deliver its message and its track record? And also the question go, people. Hey, Jesus.
Assessment of my performance or lack thereof is determined by the Prime Minister's actions and decisions. So I can't comment on my own performance. I have to wait on the Prime Minister, the Cabinet, and the public to comment on that.
Okay, let us comment. I am a boy. I am big. See my name here. My name is Roy. It's only a liar or a fool answer to a question, provide an answer to a question that you don't understand. God help you on the witness stand, Nesta Morgan. Jesus.
Minister, how is the government?
Okay, let me pass him on the first question. Me know so no shame. It's shame to answer that in a public. Okay, I understand that. But listen carefully, Mr. Morgan. Listen carefully. ABC 1, 2, 3, Bug Life. Listen carefully to the question that was asked. And before you answer the question, Mr. Morgan, think carefully before you answer. I am a boy. Hey, Jesus.
Government planning on responding to the recent Dan Anderson poll, which showed that most Jamaicans would vote them out of government, out of office rather, if an election were to be called now. And
I'll answer the first one. The first thing I wish to say and the last thing I wish to say is that wasn't discussed at Cabinet, so I have no comment on that. Could you go on to your next question, please?
Or do you accept any responsibility as Information Minister in what some described as the failure of the government to adequately communicate its achievements?
I don't understand your question.
Well,
the Information Minister's duty is to transfer information from Cabinet.
Rather be in class, in a mere communication with anyone, on the witness stand, anywhere in society, Mr. Morgan. If you do not understand a question, what you can do, Mr. Morgan, is ask for the question one to be repeated, ask for the question to be rephrased, Mr. Morgan, or, Mr. Morgan, what you could have done in that case, you could have waited because she was going to simplify the question to more an infant basic school line of question, Mr. Morgan, that maybe then you would have understood. God help those who are in charge of our administrative affair. God help. Hey, Jesus.
Minister, how is the government planning on responding to the recent Dan Anderson poll, which showed that most Jamaicans would vote them out of government, out of office rather, if an election were to be called now? And
I'll answer the first ones. The first thing I wish to say and the last thing I wish to say is that wasn't discussed at Cabinet, so I have no comment on that. Could you go on to your next question, please?
Or do you accept any responsibility as Information Minister in what some described as the failure of the government to adequately communicate its achievements?
I don't understand your question.
Well,
the Information Minister's duty is to transfer information from Cabinet to the country, which I do here every Wednesday and which you're a part. Additionally, to manage agencies such as Jamaica Information Service from an oversight policy perspective, PBCJ, Jamaica Information Service, and so on. The assessment of my performance or lack thereof is determined by the Prime Minister's actions and decisions. So I can't comment on my own performance. I have to wait on the Prime Minister, the Cabinet, and the public to comment on that.
Let me say this to you, Nesta Morgan. When I was going to law school and I wrote an essay, I knew before my paper has been marked, Mr. Morgan, whether that essay is a first class or a second class, Mr. Morgan, because I know my style of writing. I know my worth and my work, Mr. Morgan. Even the teacher them were grade you did confuse the unwholeness. Even the teacher them were grade your book, Nesta Morgan, were confused because them pass you. I've been a Sarkody, how are you? Them pass you all the way up to university level, Miss Ayu. All the way up to university, them saying, you know, sir. And you come out of university, come tell us, say you don't understand a question. A very simple one, Nesta Morgan, that a 4-year-old would understand. But then to my surprise, Nesta Morgan, you proceeded to provide an answer to a question that you do not understand. And then Mina Dunce, mark your book, Mr. Morgan. Too much time you have come out into the public and tell us, I do not understand my job role. When asked a question, Nesta Morgan, about your portfolio, you always separate yourself from the government, which I find it difficult to understand. Me no get it. Me don't get it, Nesta Morgan. Me just don't get it. If me so confused, imagine a child. I then said, picnic can't sit duppy. So maybe picnic can't sit duppy better than we. So maybe Cynthia B. Maybe picnic would understand Nesta better than we because Nesta now speak up to full level. So chances are we'll have it very difficult. But who marked Nesta book? Who marked Nesta book? Nesta does not understand his portfolio. Every time you ask him about his portfolio, him swing around the Swanee and dance around the mulberry bush, all when the music now play. Where are grins of Nesta? You're not at a comedy show. What are you grinning for? You just ask a question Answer the question and stop the grinning. It is not a grinning competition, Minister of dunceness. Minister lack of understanding. It's not a grinning competition. You're here to provide the people of Jamaica information on their business run by the executive. So when Nesta Morgan is asked any question about government business across any department, Nesta Morgan should be able to provide us with an answer. You're the Minister of Information for the executive, Nesta Morgan. Therefore, Mr. Morgan, you should be clued up, Baba Chun Chun, on what goes on across all government departments. Lord have mercy. Nesta Morgan. Renice Nicholson, how are you? Me can't cope anymore with Nesta, you know? Because if me was Nesta teacher, every day I would have to fling dust in him face. Every day I would have to conk him in him forehead. Every day I would have to lick him on him big finger and say, boy, take the big finger out of your mouth and listen and look on the board. Next time I never go to college, go study special needs education. You're going to have to go look for an appropriate teacher, Nesta Morgan. If anything, may I go teach Nesta Morgan Allah. You need special need help, my youth. To answer a question that you don't, me say I roll there, Jesus. Why? Help the situation. We as a people, us as a country, find ourselves in. Help us. Help us. Because we're really in our situation. If Donkey can lay down and roll and then come in a parliament, come break at it, we're in a situation. We don't know how much I want to see the situation where we're in. But we're in a problem. We're in a problem. If Donkey have rights to vote in our parliament, we are in problem. If Donkey can come brave and tell you I'm braying in English, we have problem. The problem is too much of us aren't recognizing the big problem where we have. But one thing I can guarantee you, Jamaica people, if your Minister of Information doesn't understand a simple question, though he provide an answer to that simple question, I'm going to hear mainstream media write and talk about it. What kind of minister is this that doesn't understand a grade 4 question? And this minister is to be in charge of the country's broadcasters, JIS and PBCJ. We don't ever wonder why I be a narrative when I say pan PBCJ and JIS. Only government lie when I say pan PBCJ and JIS. When last time I say anything objective over PBCJ and JIS? Nesta Morgan stations. Nesta Morgan said Me that dunce, where me can't even tell you how bad I did in the exam. Because that was what you were asked, Nesta Morgan, to tell us how of explaining the government's success to us. I believe Nesta Morgan went to law school. Isn't it, Beat and Teach? I believe Nesta Morgan went to law school. And at law school, you're assessed in many different ways. You're assessed by sending out to court to go and observe and do a written project from your observation. Yes, Nesta, study law. Another way of assessment is that you're given a case to explain, and then you must just walk into the exam room and explain that case. You're normally given 5 pointers of the case that you ought to explain. You call that an oral exam, Mr. Morgan. Then you have a written exam where you go sit down in a classroom and write on the stress. Write out of memory, Mr. Morgan. And then you have another type of examination that you call coursework or assessment, where you can sit down and take copy out a book and paraphrase and come up with something decent. Brittany Arrow. I think he went to law school in the UK as well, yes. Brownman Security, Wagwan, long time. And for someone who have been through the drill of law school, Olga Fletcher, and to not be able, Florence Hamilton, to understand a 4-year-old question, was it a deliberate lie, Mr. Morgan? Or are you so backwards that you really didn't understand the question? But to have not understood the question and provide an answer to a question you have no understanding of, Minister of Information, that I found even more alarming, terrifying. Because why it is terrifying? A minister like that, with a dictatorial regime of an executive that his government run, will tell us that pigs can fly, and will go on to force us use our legislative framework to ram raid through our constitution to make it legal for us to believe that pigs can fly. I want to be careful of these people. This government that has proven to us time and time over again, I will make it up as I go along. I will make it to suit me. I will hold on to power until I have a crowbar power out of my hand. I want this DPP to protect me. Me can't trust the other one them. Me no know if them are going to work with them integrity. Me had a one ya we a gangster already. Me have that one ya we a gangster. Me have that one ya where Dr. Nesbitt said, love tara with gunman. I know Mr. Sina. He has a LLB from University of London. What a shame. Or is it to me done? I wonder if it's because when we got last school, we normally turn done. Scammy done, sir. Me not have no problem with my dunceness. That's why me now go reach behind the podium when Nesta them there because me naturally dunce. And me don't have no problem with my dunceness. One of the things that I always hate to do is to go around acting bright. Because when you go around go act bright, people expect too much of you. And people ask you too much questions. So me promote my dunceness anywhere me go. First class dunceness. If Nesta can do so good out of him dunceness, why shouldn't I celebrate mine? Hmm? If Nesta can reach so far, being so dunce, why can't I celebrate mine when me achieve? And achieve my dunceness, you know. It never just fall in my lap like for Nesta Morgan. We have to work hard. Hmm? Mister, we have to work hard to achieve my dunceness. The only thing Nesta Morgan good at is go on on social media go make mischief. Show me something else wanna see Nesta Morgan do. Other than go on social media, go make mischief. That's the only thing Nesta Morgan understand of Minister of Information, you know. Talk to people. Is it not the only thing Nesta Morgan understand when it comes to his portfolio? Is to go around on social media go make mischief. How much time on the Nesta Morgan get asked a question in public at a podium and Nesta Morgan answer no question? How much time? Me na Nesta done sadami. Nesta done says a pay me one, my done says to pay me too. Make the whole of we get into the dance competition. Paula dance, Juliet dance, Nesta. So why me one to stand up out yeah? I go and like me have some bright prize. Me have some bright old piece of prize with drop out a moon. No, me dance like them. And even dancer if you want to go there. Paula dance, Juliet dance, Nesta dance. Why me want to stand over this upon us? Why me want to stand out? Me want to show them so I can dance than them. But we're in a sad state of affair, though, you know. We're in a sad state of affair when people who don't understand question is running our country. People who don't understand a question are run with country. I don't think we're not in crisis. Okay, my friend, Prof. Gorgeous Lady is still there. My friend said Saturday night or Sunday night. So Sunday night, yeah, I'm gonna have to arrange it for one of those nights, even though I'm going to be out of London. Because I believe I'm shipping off tomorrow. Again, fraudsters have stolen 306 million from customers of several financial institutions in over 3 years. For the period 2021 to 2024, there were 601 reports of electronic fraud offenses carried out against customers. At the same time, the police are reporting that 127 persons have been arrested for crime over the period review. I mean, know that a lot of that millions, what them are talk about, is stolen from leeching institution, because with people them always, you Robertam, how are you? Always a come out, come tell we how them money grow foot in a NCB and just get up and walk out. Leeching say him want to buy back him yacht. Him want to buy back a mansion in a Grand Cayman and them place there. So Leechin say, rather than put the money under on a mattress, wanna come put it on with him, make him use it for gamble. Noel Thomas. Leechin say for come with no money because him want some money for go gamble upon the market, so that him can earn profit upon the stock market. Angela Robinson. Some can earn profit upon the stock market. Some can able to buy back even a more expensive yacht than the one where him sell where they. So if you don't have no use for the money, the man need back him yacht. The man did have to sell him yacht. The man did have to pay up money to the two big man there where him sack. The man have to sell him St. Lucia. Not St. Lucia, what the place name? Him mansion in a Grand Cayman. The man did have to sell up shares as well. So no must know so the man want to go back in a him Pinker farm. The man want to go back in a Pinker farm. And who the best person for turn to? Nana fool. Them will believe that their money is safer in a bank than at a tree root. Maybe if we plant with money at tree root, it would then grow more interest for we than it grow for them. Because when you put your money in a them bank, we don't know who wicked people, the one them want to see. The whole of them are wicked and thief. Anyway, when you see a pension provider them, when you see a pension provider them people where we have a private pension with, and some multinational thief them, We not talk about poor thief. And some multinational thief. You see, when the multinational thief collect with pension money, but the multinational thief though, them go out in the city of London and them take with pension money and then buy one whole big tall skyscraper building. And them rent out all sorts in the skyscraper building. And in no time, them earn millions off of your pension plus the investment in that property out of your pension. And what you get back for your pension, less than peanuts. God help the growth of your pension. But if you know how much your pension grow wealth for those who call themselves listen, everywhere we turn a robber and steal in a guan, You see the people them want to sit in a briefcase and jacket suit and go through the city. A criminal them. We think them are upstanding people in our community, and they are the working people. Listen here. Your city financials, they're criminals. Them are thieves. Them are scammers. Your city, your financial city is a criminal organization. Them can shut me down for it because I saw it go and I saw me attack it. Your financial cities are criminal organization. a lot of them is linked to the underworld. Big time. A lot of them are mafias in suits. Stop putting the money in a bank and enrich thieves. Take the money buying something put on. Buy something with it. Property or whatever. Gold, silver, whatever. But stop putting the money in a thieving people bank. We only help them. We only help them criminal organization to continue to expand. Anybody have any question for me? One night me I go do a get to know Wayne question and answer. Ask me anything. But thank you all very much for being here tonight. And I know I said we not turn out here more than an hour. 1 hour what a talking. I'm hungry something that. To me all of you yam grape. But join us back here tomorrow morning for the At a Glance program. And I do believe I'm going to pack fan tonight because as soon as At a Glance finish tomorrow, veteran did there with our answer me. I want to step out of the house. Veteran say me can't go nowhere soon. I would want to show him tomorrow say me have time discipline. But thank you very much for your company. I really appreciate your support. Even though I don't have to fight tag a war, night after night, day after day over the little likes. But I really, really appreciate all of you support. So thank you very much. And we are at 13.4K. For those of you who have not yet subscribed, take it up to 13.5K. Continue to subscribe with the Global Television Group. Let us all grow together. Thank you very much. And we hope to see you back here tomorrow morning. Good night from Global Television. Yes, people, 500 of you who have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe and take us up to 4K because there are a lot of you who are watching who have not yet subscribed. So please, another 600 of you